Coach, when did you know you weren't going to have Brad for the game?
Right at about the 60-minute mark, when we had to report it. He woke up with some residual tightness in the back this morning, and we were hoping it would loosen up by game time, but it did not. So we held him out.
I'm curious, are you guys doing a day-by-day deal with him, or are you maybe giving him some time to get
Yeah, well, they're working diligently on getting it corrected and getting it right, and it's not going to be perfect. Backs are tricky, so it was unexpected, but we had some tightness, so it was the right call that he did not play, and they got a good plan to try to get him back in action.
Curious with Devin, obviously 31 and 26 minutes, it looked like he just picked up where he left off. But for you as a coach, what things stuck out to you about his play tonight?
Well, I just think that his leadership on our team is really invaluable. He's leading when he's not in uniform, in film sessions, at practices. He's our most vocal guy, and he's really taking the reins of that this year with this team, and even more so on the floor, as the point guard, running the show. We ask our point guards or primary ball handlers to get us in the action, okay, and I will, put us in action if I want to see it, but I want them to own their team. And, he really takes control of that, and then obviously the shot making and the attention that he draws, bringing two to the ball, his ability to pass the basketball out of it is really exceptional, an underrated part of his game, and he was great tonight.
Kevin's seen a ton of defensive attention, doubles, all kinds of gimmicky defenses without Book. Did it feel like he was able to kind of pick and choose his spots easier tonight?
Absolutely. It's just the Book makes everybody's life easier for all those reasons we just said, and I think Kev did benefit from that tonight. But Kev was locked in too. I think even without Book in there, Kev was going to have that type of night.
Coach, can you talk about, address the fact of playing a full 4 quarters, which has not been the case for several games before, and also I think the team only had 8 turnovers today, which is quite different from several games in the past.
Yeah, and against the number 1 defense in the league, so I was really happy with how we played offensively. We understand that we've had some stretches where we played a really good game but didn't close it, and 48-minute complete game was what was called for. I was on the board, pregame. That's what we needed to do, and it was nice to see our guys put together a full 48 minutes.
And turnovers, the lack of turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers. We're just we have to take care of the basketball, and it's a lot of it is just making the right decision. Being in attack mode but under control. And not driving into traffic too much or being sloppy with our passing. And, I think we had 2 turnovers in the first minute and then 1 turnover the whole rest of the half. We ended up with 3 at halftime. And, we understand that that's the one thing that's really holding us back offensively is turning that basketball over, and made some corrections and improvements on that today.
How would you like the execution of the game plan and limiting Edwards tonight?
Yeah, really good. What was his total numbers? 13, 4 for 16. Second night of back-to-back. I think that's always a part of it. But, we made sure we brought the right attention to him, and tried to limit his downhill attacks. And, credit the guys on the ball, Grayson, J.O., whoever switched on to him. But credit our bigs even more. Our bigs really came up in the pick and rolls and limited a lot of those downhill attacks that he's so good at.
The rotations there on the backside you wanted to see as well?
Yeah, for the most part, I think they made 5 threes, and I feel like most of them were pretty well contested. I didn't feel like they were getting a ton of open looks at the 3-point line. Like I said, our 5s did a good job of being up at the level with the pick and roll, but not we didn't want to full out trap him and just be complete in 4-on-3 basketball the whole night. So both of those guys, Drew and Nurk, did a good job, just being up in the pick and rolls.
Coach, what made you start small, considering who you were playing with the size that they had?
Number 1 defense in the league, and just wanted to, obviously they have a lineup with Kat and Rudy that, can be very intimidating and imposing, but, it could also struggle if you put enough shooting out there, and we wanted to try to expose that.
Coach, J.O. has struggled in the past. Back here, Coach. J.O. has struggled in the past in terms of shooting from the 3-point line, but it really looked like tonight he had back-to-back 3-pointers from both sides of the court there. How powerful does that make you guys, knowing that you can leave him also do this on offense as well.
Yeah, for sure. But it's not just about making shots. Excuse me, with Jo, because we know there's a lot of ways he can be effective even without knocking down a few threes. You know, we want him to take a few threes every game. Low volume, high percentage is what we're asking him to be, and you know he's struggled so far this year to put the ball in the basket from a three, but there's always a reversion to the mean. The law of averages plays out. He's not a 17% three-point shooter, so we're encouraging to shoot the right ones, shoot them in rhythm with confidence, to continue to stay in the gym, which he does and works on it, and then also get really, really good with his all his other tricks offensively with the redrives and the flips to the shooters and roll behinds and screens and cuts and all those types of things and crashes, you know, ways that he can be effective offensively as well. And he was terrific on both ends tonight.
Coach, I spoke before at the shoot around about if you want to score more fast break points. He said, yeah, but you didn't have any fast break points. You only had 2 tonight.
That's not correct. If you watch tape, our pace was really good. You know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, our pace was great tonight. You know, we were attacking before they were set most of the night. I don't know. we all looked at that and thought that was kind of crazy, but I was happy with our pace tonight.
Thanks, Coach.